says directly, we have the worst leadership in the world and you are the leader. Your response that you're
Few moments in sports media hit like the one that unfolded on ESPN when Scott Van Pelt took the WNBA Commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, to task, and did it with a kind of calm precision that cuts deeper than any shouting match ever could. It wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy, but it was devastating. Van Pelt didn't just criticize, he dissected her leadership, piece by piece, until there was nowhere left for her or the league to hide. The trigger was Napheesa Collier's bold and unfiltered statement, a star player saying, on record, that the WNBA has the worst leadership in the world. That's not hyperbole. That's not frustration after a bad loss. That's a direct, public call for Engelbert's job. And instead of meeting the moment with accountability, the commissioner responded with a sterile statement about being disheartened and having differing perspectives. Differing perspectives? No. This wasn't a debate over a blown call or a scheduling issue. This was one of your league's most respected players telling you that your leadership is a failure, and you answer like someone who didn't even hear the words. Van Pelt saw through it immediately. In his signature composed tone, he reminded everyone that this wasn't about perspective, it was about performance. He quoted Collier, broke down the moment, and then calmly pointed out the obverse. When a player says we have the worst leadership in the world, she's not starting a dialogue, she's ending one. That's a resignation letter with your name on it. But what really sent shockwaves through the sports world was Van Pelt's next move. He connected Collier's statement to something bigger, a pattern of neglect that's been building under Engelbert's tenure. From Caitlin Clark's treatment to the officiating controversies to the lack of communication with retiring legends, it's become clear that the league's leadership is asleep at the wheel. He cited Elena Del Dunn, a two-time MVP, seven-time All-Star, a champion, and one of the 25 greatest players in league history. She retired recently, and her goodbye message hit harder than any stat line. She said she heard from everyone except Cathy Engelbert. Think about that. One of the most respected veterans in the game walks away, and the commissioner doesn't even send a text. No call, no statement, not even a tweet. Van Pelt didn't yell when he recited that story. He didn't have to. His tone said it all. That's not just poor leadership. That's a failure of basic decency. And then came the part that fans can't stop talking about. Van Pelt turned to Caitlin Clark, the name that has defined the WNBA's year, for better or worse. According to Collier, Engelbert allegedly told her that Clark should be grateful for the WNBA because, without it, she wouldn't be making money. Van Pelt's reaction was priceless. He didn't laugh. He didn't scoff. He simply said what everyone else was thinking. Did she miss the entire Iowa era? Caitlin Clark didn't need the WNBA to make money. The WNBA needed her to stay relevant. He called Clark the Tiger Woods tide that lifts all boats. And he's right. Clark's name alone shattered viewership records, filled arenas, and drew sponsors the league had never seen before. ESPN's own highest-rated women's basketball broadcasts were tied directly to Clark's games. And yet, the commissioner thought Clark owed them gratitude. That's not just tone-deaf. That's delusional. By this point, Van Pelt wasn't just talking to fans. He was talking directly to the league itself. He didn't need to raise his voice. The truth did all the damage for him. He listed the growing chorus of players echoing Collier's frustrations. Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham, vets like Del Dunn, even coaches like Cheryl Reeve and Becky Hammon, who've been fined for criticizing the league. The criticism isn't isolated anymore. It's unanimous. And that's what made his segment feel so seismic. In sports, you can always find defenders, a player, a GM, a PR person ready to stand up and spin the story. But not this time. No one, not a single person, came out to defend Engelbert. Not a player, not a coach, not even a social media intern from the league office. The silence was deafening. Van Pelt then pointed out the timing. The CBA is expiring. The league's players are about to enter one of the most important negotiation periods in WNBA history, demanding higher pay, better conditions, and real respect. And right before that, your biggest stars are saying they don't trust the commissioner. How do you walk into a bargaining room when half your roster thinks you're the problem? This isn't just bad optics, it's catastrophic leadership. And Van Pelt knew it. He reminded viewers that the WNBA is supposed to be entering its golden era. Expansion talks are happening. Franchise values are climbing. Sponsorships are growing. For the first time in decades, there's genuine mainstream interest. And yet, instead of headlines about the finals or the next generation of stars, fans are reading stories about players ripping the commissioner to shreds on social media. Then came the quiet dagger. Van Pelt brought up Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, the man whose league funds and stabilizes the WNBA behind the scenes. Silver has always been careful not to interfere directly, but when ESPN's most respected voice and multiple WNBA stars are saying out loud that the league's leadership is imploding, it's impossible for him to ignore. Van Pelt didn't say Silver would step in. He didn't have to. The implication was loud enough, because the truth is, this goes beyond one bad quote or one missed retirement call. It's a crisis of credibility. When your stars no longer believe in the person running the league, when your fans stop buying into the message of growth, and when even your allies in the media are saying you've lost control, that's not a bad week. That's the beginning of the end. Van Pelt's delivery made it even more brutal. No shouting, no theatrics, just facts laid with calm disbelief. He reminded viewers of everything the WNBA could be, and everything it's failing to be under Engelbert's watch. He connected the dots between the officiating controversies, the inconsistent discipline, the lack of star promotion, and the absence of accountability. Piece by piece, it formed a picture of a league sabotaged by its own leadership. And fans felt it. Social media lit up within hours. Players liked and reposted Collier's comments. Analysts praised Van Pelt for saying what others wouldn't. Even casual viewers, people who don't normally follow the WNBA, found themselves nodding along. This wasn't just another segment. It was an intervention. Scott Van Pelt didn't just critique a commissioner, he delivered a warning shot. The WNBA is standing at a crossroads. On one side, growth, expansion, and mainstream relevance. On the other, chaos, resentment, and missed opportunity. And as Van Pelt made clear, one woman's inability to lead might decide which direction it takes. So now, the question hangs heavy over the league. Does Cathy Engelbert survive this? Does Adam Silver step in before the house burns down? Or does the WNBA finally listen to its players, the very people carrying its future, and make a change before it's too late? Let's hear what you think. Has the commissioner lost the locker room? Should the NBA step in and make a move before next season? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more deep dives like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this story is far from over.